Hey, what is up, my buttercups? It is Amy and
Jared
Love. And we are coming to you on, what day is it?
Friday.
Today is Friday. And we are done programming for the week. So we need to figure out stuff we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. Yeah, we kind of got like some things lined up for next week. Yeah, the home health agency is supposed to come out and do an interview and all this other happy ho-ho stuff. Yeah, so I met with our team yesterday, and I did express my feelings on the whole situation from the week before. And it was funny because Dr. Dave turns around to me and he's like, so how are we feeling about last week? I was like, I don't know if you really want me to even talk about that right now. So, yeah, we kind of got things sorted out. And according to the case manager, she didn't say anything that she thought was untrue and whatnot. That's fine, whatever. You know what? It is what it is. And, you know, they are very, very adamant they want to get a child advocate involved. And they're trying to assure me that this child advocacy thing is going to be solely for the purpose to communicate with the school better. So, we'll try it. I'll give it a minute. I'll give it a shot. Because I said to them, I said what I was pissed about. I said, because it wasn't so much even just the advocate. The way the doctor put himself out there as though he was worried about my safety. I said, I took that as very, very insulting. I said, to me as a mother, telling me I can't get a handle on my kid. And not only that, I said, my kid is not like a homicidal maniac. You know what I mean? He has some self-interest issues. He gets his head scratched. And yeah, I said he's a little boy. You know, I said he's a teenager and he's hormonal on top of it. You know. And the one argument that was made by the case manager was that, you know, well, things aren't going to change if we don't get an advocate. And she said, things aren't going to get better for him if we don't get more help. And I said, well, we don't know that. I said, first off, I said, we are still in the middle of weaning him off the medication. I said, we don't even know what we're going to be expecting once he is off his meds. I said, it might turn out where, you know what, his behaviors might improve by 100%, or maybe not. I said, well, we don't know. You know, we don't know unless we try. And I said to her that we were down to a 6 now. We originally started at a 10 ml, now we are down to 6. It's a very slow, grueling process. We are stepping it down milliliter by milliliter because he takes it in liquid form. So it makes more sense, and it's less taxing on his body and his system to just baby steps, you know. So like I said, next week we have our psychologist appointment, the one who prescribes the Abilify. And I imagine she's probably going to be quite anxious to hear how he's doing on this med, you know, coming off the meds. She may very well turn around and say, you know, you can take him off all of it, you know. So I'm okay with that, you know. I mean, I don't know if we're at a low enough dose that it wouldn't make much of a difference if we stopped it altogether. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see for next week. You know, I mean, like I said, we are still having behavior problems. We're still pinching and hitting and scratching ourselves and stuff like that. But it's not any more or any less than what we've already been contending with. So, I mean, we're dealing with the same behaviors regardless, and it's not making a difference. You know what I mean? Like, it's not making them better or worse. So, what the heck's the sense of putting it, giving it to them if it's not doing anything? So, yeah, we're gonna get our Friday started. Mom finally got a check in the deposit, so I was able to go food shopping yesterday, and I got a lot of stuff knocked out errand-wise yesterday. While little man was, you know, in his program, I took the privilege, got my nails done because they were looking pretty horrendous. The damn things were like this long. When they get that long, they get very hard to manage. So, for the sole purpose, mostly because I needed my nails cut down, that was the biggest thing. And honestly, I don't do very good trying to do my own nails. So, yeah, I had them all nice and cut down, but got pretty. So, got to do that, got our food shopping done and all. So we have some money left over, and there's a few things I need to pick up today. Like we need kitty litter, and I got cat food yesterday. That was on sale over at Giant. I got that 2 for $6. So they came out to like $3 a bag, which was really reasonable for the food that we get. So she just needs kitty litter. What is this guy doing? Dude, make a choice. I don't. He's like swaying all over the road. So we're now going out. We're gonna see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Hey guys, all right. So we are done breakfast. Jared, how was your pancakes?
Good.
Were they good? You enjoyed them? Well, we got a full belly now. So Mama got her fully belly in, and I got me some coffee to wake up, hopefully. So right now we're going to one of his favorite places. We're actually going to stop at the Wally Mart, and we got to get some kitty litter for the kitty cat. They said we got her food, so we need to get litter and all that. And what else do we need to get? Like little odds and end things that I can't think of them right now. I have them on a list on my phone. My favorite thing is. Yeah, and then on the way back, we got to stop and pick up J-Doggy's prescription. So, yeah, got a few things to do, and then I'm meeting with my case manager, Carissa, today at 1 o'clock. So, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get done with Walmart. Hopefully, it's not going to be too crowded. I can get in and out of there, you know, quickly, do what I got to do and leave, you know. Yeah. So, that's the plan as of right now. Hopefully, we won't get caught in a torrential downpour, because it is supposed to be thundering, lightning strike. It's going to be like ugliness like tonight, supposedly. It's supposed to have like some rainstorms. I'll tell you, for all y'all that live in Florida, we got your weather, I think, because we've had the wonkiest weather up here in Pennsylvania. Like every day it's bright and sunny, and then all of a sudden this cloudburst comes through like for 10 minutes, and then it's bright and sunny again, and it makes it hot and humid, and yeah, so it's just been like kind of very Florida-ish weather. It's Florida-ish, if you will. Hey guys, alrighty, so we're a little later in the afternoon. We got some shopping done and stuff like that we had to get done. I picked up some really nice shirts from Walmart, of all places. I never find any clothes at Walmart. And they were like $5 each. And like nice little sleeveless shirts. Something cool to wear. Yeah, so yeah, that's been like the day we got all that done. Yesterday, some like really bad news. Like my father, yesterday I was told my father passed away. I've been more or less off and on estranged from my father, probably for a good 20 years. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would never wish bad on the man. You know, I loved him. He was my dad, you know. We did a lot of talking on the phone and stuff like that. So we got pretty, I wouldn't say close, but we opened a very good line of communication between us. And for the last like 2-3 months, he has been living in a hospice situation out in Missouri. He moved out to Missouri like 20 years ago with his new wife. He got remarried after my mother passed away. I was 18 at the time. So, yeah, he got remarried and moved out to Missouri because her family was out there. I'm like, fine, whatever. All your family is here in Pennsylvania and Philly, and you're going to move to Missouri. Fine, whatever. That's your choice. Which kind of like left us kind of estranged for a while, you know. The woman that he married, her and I didn't actually see eye to eye, and she has children, and two of her daughters that I know of are not exactly the most easy to communicate with. And I've never had really any kind of conversation with them other than in single email at one point. But anyway, my dad passed away yesterday. I got the phone call from the, I guess, coroner's office or whatnot. My dad's pastor of the church he went to out there was kind of like power of attorney, and was taking care of the stuff, his bills and stuff like that with the house and all that he had out there while he was in his hospice situation. Once my father passed away, however, power of attorney no longer exists, like with anybody. Apparently, the stepsister I have, the one, is the one that has all the information, I guess, that I need or whatnot to take care of everything. But it literally, and I don't like cussing that much when I'm on vlog, but you know what? This has completely turned into nothing but a shit show. It really has. You know, one person, to my knowledge, you know, this woman contacted my dad's sister, my Aunt Mary, you know, God love her, you know, she's got her own health problems too. She's around his age and she's got like heart problems and everything else. And the last thing she needs to deal with is all this drama, you know. Well, she's got the stepsister calling her and like prodding her for whatever information she may have. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why would she be calling for information that we have if she is power of attorney? She should have all this. Well, apparently that's not the case. I don't know why or what the problem is, or I have no idea. At this point, I don't even know where my dad's body is right now. I had the coroner / funeral home, whoever it was, call me, telling me I had to sign discharge papers in order to be able to process, because his request was to be cremated. And since he was former military, retired military, he is being buried in the local veterans cemetery out there in Missouri. The Veterans Association out there, I spoke with them. Very, very nice people. Shout out to Gil over in Missouri, the Vet Association. She's phenomenal. She tried to give me as much information as she could muster up to help me out, and I appreciated every bit of it. She was stating that, you know, to try to call the hospice that he was staying at, maybe I could get information from them. So I called them, and like, they're getting the same results when they get to call this phone number with this funeral home or whatever he was sent to. You go to call the phone number, it's disconnected. I'm like, what funeral home has a disconnected phone number like that? Okay, so as I was vlogging and chattling on, the hospice just called me to let me know that they actually know where he was sent and everything. Thank God we know where that's at now. So I'm supposed to give them a call back in another 10 minutes. Apparently the phone number was coming up disconnected because he had put it on call forwarding or something. I don't know. I've never heard of someone doing that, but whatever. Yeah, so I want to make sure they got the right email address to send me discharge papers and everything. And this has just become like a cardinal travesty. It really has. It's a shit show. That's the only way to even describe all this. My little man next to me, man, if it wasn't for him, I had no sanity left at this point. I'm telling you, he's keeping me focused at this point. And right now, like, we're heading out, we're going to karate, so it's like trying to, you know, make sure he stays on his schedule and stays straight and whatnot. Yeah, so at this point, to my knowledge, he is supposed to be getting cremated, and he is supposed to be buried out in Jefferson County in Missouri. If anyone's out there from Missouri area, you know, maybe y'all could tell me something about the cemetery. I've never even been out to Missouri before, ever, and I know nothing about the area, unfortunately, other than what my father has told me about. You know, it's kind of a shame because he kind of left so much hanging out in the wind. I'll tell you one thing, it's going to be really, really messed up if he didn't have like a funeral, like, expense account or something set aside, or an insurance policy set aside to bury him. The burial itself at the cemetery is not going to cost him anything because of his military service, but the cremation itself, that's a whole other story. So I don't know if he has a burial fund, or if, I have no idea, or a policy I don't know about. But again, you know what, the stepdaughter that he has was supposedly have all this information, and she has nothing, from what I understand. So I'm kind of like stuck in the middle right now. I mean, I'm more than willing to go through to try to make all this happen and try to do whatever I can to make sure he's resting in peace somewhere. You know, I mean, it's not like I have the thousands of dollars to get him cremated. I just ain't got it, you know. And I know a lot of funeral homes will make payment arrangements and stuff like that, but even a payment arrangement, I ain't got it like that. So it's, yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen at this point. Hey, what is up, my buttercups? It is Amy and Jared Love. Mwah. And we are coming to you. What day is this? Saturday. Yes, Saturday. And it's a nice day out. It was really, really warm out today. A little muggy still. So we kind of like hung around the house in the air conditioning just to relax for a while. So, you know, little man's starting to get antsy, and honestly, I'd like to get out of the house for a little while. So, trying to figure out what we're going to do. I think, you want to go to Shady Brook?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, we're going to go to my Shady Brook Farms. Friday and Saturdays, they have a wine concert. So we're going to go check out the concert and see what's going on, and see if there's any fun stuff to be done. And then we'll kind of see where we're going to go from there. Hey guys, well, Jared and I are here at Shady Brook. And they do have the wine concert tonight, but it's down here by the market and the garden center and everything. And there's not really, no field is open or anything like that. So little man is like not wanting to stick around, I don't think. Yeah, so we're just walking around, just trying to get some fresh air in us, and I don't know, we might take a ride down to Bristol, I think. It's something to do. Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to sit and have a glass of wine, but little man wasn't having it. He's sitting there like trying to pull on me like I'm a sack of potatoes. So, gotta go somewhere to keep the little man occupied for a little while. So I think we're gonna head down to Bristol and just check out everything, see what's going on down there. Shelly Belly and I have been like kind of texting back and forth. Maybe I'll see what she's doing, see if she'd like to tag along with us. Hey guys, well, we are down here in Bristol. Wasn't aware they had like a thing going on. They actually have the Puerto Rican Day Festival going on today. So we're gonna check out and see what's going on and see what's doing. All right, so check out this festival, see what's going on real quick. And we are going to be going to pick it up from Shelly Belly in a little bit. So we're going to see what's going on here, what kind of boats we can find.
I don't wanna lie, I'm gonna take what you're giving, 'cause I know you're willing to take me all the way. You got me right here, combustible, and I can't wait to finally explode. The big, big bang, the reason I'm alive, when all the stars collide in this universe inside. The big, big bang, yeah. Ooh.
This dude's kayaking with his dog. Jay, look. This guy's got his puppy dog in his kayak. They kayaking together. The sailboat back there is getting a tow, it looks like. Seems to be enjoying the music. money in my wallet. I got $0 in my wallet. Of course, none of these places take a credit card. But I was going to get poor Jared a pretzel, but like I didn't have enough money on me. You'll have that pretzels when you go home, honey. I feel really salty because I was like really kind of hoping to share a pretzel with them, but you don't seem too worse for the wear though. So, yeah, lots of food, lots of vendors, lots of fun going on. Whew. Beautiful in the shade, but man, you get out in that sun, forget it. Good Lord. So hopefully Miss Shelly Belly is ready pretty soon. So I'm gonna check in with her. Okay, so y'all got to see a little bit of the Puerto Rican Day stuff that they do down here. We have like weekly festivals. Excuse me. We usually have like weekly festivals. Like one weekend they'll do Irish, one weekend they'll do Puerto Rican, one day they'll do Italian, and yeah. So it's you know, it's a nice way to celebrate your culture and all that, you know. So yeah, I haven't heard back from Shelly Bell yet. So I'm gonna text her in a minute and find out like what the deal is by picking her up, because this thing going through it, I'm not sure why, but I guess we'll figure it out. And yeah, I felt so weird. Like I went to go get a pretzel. Talk about feeling salty. Salty just like that pretzel. So yep. So right now we're trying to back up so we can get out of here. It's very, very crowded down here still, considering it's 7 o'clock, because the party's supposed to end down here, I think, like at 8. So, considering it's like 7 now. Ooh, goodness. That's not good. Mom's yawning that early, man. Good grief. So, yeah, we're probably going to go get her in a few, and yeah, I don't know where the rest of the night going to take us. Should make for an interesting night. She wants to stop and get some beer, and she wants to chill out at my house for tonight. I'm like, good with that. That's fine. So, considering the last 2 days I've had, you know what, I could use a little relaxing time with some friends, you know. So, I know, little man, you must be getting hungry. Are you getting hungry? As long as you're hungry and not hangry, there's a difference. So, yeah, well, let's go see what Shelly Belly's doing, and I guess go from there. Hey, what is up, my buttercups? It is Amy and Jared Love. We are coming to you. What day is this today? Sunday. We are coming to you on a Sunday, and we are out and about, and we just dropped off our Shelly Belly. She came over last night and hung out for a while. Didn't do any recording because we were hashing out our personal issues, and there's just stuff, you know, you don't want to record. And, you know, cheered each other up and had a couple drinks, acted silly and whatnot. So, yeah, we had a real good night, and then had breakfast this morning. I made breakfast and just dropped her off. And now we're heading over to our Auntie Kimmy's mother-in-law's. We're going to go some swimming today. And the kicker, I actually remembered to bring the GoPro. So hopefully it will work, and because I got the waterproof case with it and all that. I don't know if I necessarily want to go swimming, but yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it works. All right. We're going to try this out. Ooh, it's cold, huh? Dang. Going in the water? Cold. Oh, jeez. there he is. Jay. Hey, everybody. Auntie Kim, Uncle Rick. And I'm in my bathing suit. I don't know if they can be able to see it or not. So, yeah. I ended up actually remembering my GoPro. So, I don't know if I want to, like, do the dive and dunk it and all that, you know, to go underwater. It's a nice day out, but, I mean, it's not nice enough to dunk my head in yet. So, we're sitting here, and like I said, he got up long enough to go to the bathroom and went right back in. He was all about it. I'm like, okay. The kid's been very, very good for the last day or two, so he deserves all this fun, nice relaxation.
Yeah, I actually took my mom to the house.
Oh, you did? Well, that's a step.
No, it's a step. Now
And we
I just
got
gotta
Miss-
get them down the steps.
Right. And we got Miss Emily on the phone. Say hi to the world, Em.
Hey.
Oh,
So
God.
anyway,
So, yep. So
Yeah.
we're going to go kick back. Hey, good morning, and what is up, my buttercups? It is Amy and Jared Love. And we are coming to you. What day is it today, dear?
Monday.
It is Monday. Yes, it is Monday. And we've got a nice little fun-filled week planned ahead. We have some running to do this morning. I'm actually going to be kind of doing some drop-ins on a couple different estate attorneys' offices today. I still need to find out what is the deal with the situation with dealing with my dad. I have not heard anything from anybody. The phone calls that I have made over the last couple days, no one has returned phone calls, so now it's now getting to a point where I need to now, like, go to an attorney and have an attorney handle it, because I'm not getting the answers that I need in order to expedite all this. But we're trying to kind of get this all taken care of, hopefully by today. I have the coroner, like, calling me, asking me to sign off on this paper for release, and I'm like, I am not signing a darn thing until I have someone of a legal term looking at it, because for all I know, I could be signing my damn life away, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So we're driving around and we're doing a few errands here and there, and hopefully I'll be able to get somewhere today. So that's the plan. Hey guys, alright, so I just got done speaking to an estate attorney that my aunt had recommended, and I was able to get some sound information, thank goodness. The only way I can get all this handled, actually, I have to call a lawyer or an estate attorney in Missouri, because that's where my dad is at. Not sure how that's going to work out, but yeah, so that's going to be a whole day's event of just sitting there and making phone calls all day, I have a feeling. So, yeah, fun times ahead, let me just tell you. Hey, what's going on, and what is up, my buttercups? It is Amy and
Jared.
my smooch. Mwah. Him and I have been in lovey-dovey mood today, so he's been in a good mood, which puts me in a good mood, you know. Yeah. So this morning, a few handful more things of accomplishment was done. I was able to make a series of phone calls. 2 more I need to go back home and make later, after I have an appointment at 12 o'clock, and then have to be back here by 3 anyway. So I'm hoping between like 1 and 3 I'll be able to make my phone calls that I gotta make, the return phone calls. And I'm sure I'll be catching a few phone calls as I'm sitting here, probably in the car. I'm waiting for it to come out any second for the phone ring. So actually, I just got a message on my phone, so I was waiting for that. Yeah, so we're gonna actually go to breakfast. Yeah, I've been hankering for some cream chip beef, and we haven't been to our Golden Dawn in quite a while, so we're gonna treat ourselves and go to the diner, and I am having SOS. Jared, what are you gonna have for breakfast today? We're gonna go to the diner. What are we gonna have at the diner for breakfast? You can do waffles, pancakes,
pancake.
You want their pancakes? Sounds like a plan to me. Hey guys, alright, so we just got finished breakfast. Had our yummy golden dawn. I got my cream chip beef. That's like my all-time favorite. I don't know why. And I try not to get it off because it is really heavy on my stomach. But like I mean, the place we go to, I give a shout out to them because they got phenomenal food. The Golden Dawn Diner, Levittown, Pennsylvania. If y'all in the Levittown area, by any chance, or if you're blowing through there for any reason, look up the Golden Dawn Diner. You can get the hookup of the century for the dang food there. And like we've got this one here. Decided, he said, oh, I'll take 4 pancakes, right? Because I said, oh, you want 2 or 4? He said 4. And I looked at him, I'm like, you're never going to eat all that, but I'll order for you. The pancakes, I lied to you not, are like this big. They're like as big as the damn dinner plate. And he ate 2 of them. And the sausage is like the big, huge, like Italian sausage they use. Yeah, so, yeah, he wanted none of the sausage, so I ended up eating one of them, and then so he's got like a whole meal for later, you know. And then mine, I mean, cream chip beef, it covers the plate like this, you know. So, and it came with home fries and all that. I like maybe can get half of it in, but I'm like, I start getting a little too bloated. So, but yeah, awesome food. I want to get some folders. All this paperwork that I've been dealing with my father, I need to be able to kind of organize it a little bit. I just got a lot going on, and I think I need to start carrying around like a notebook folder kind of combination thing. If y'all 80s kids remember, I'd love to get me a Trapper Keeper. Because you know what? Those darn things, I lived by my Trapper Keeper when I was in school. When I was in like junior high school and high school. Oh my God, I love my Trapper Keepers. There's so many outstanding questions still. We don't even know if there's a will in place. We don't, I mean, one thing I was very happy, I don't know how I was able to get it, but when I was talking to the funeral director, he actually gave me my father's social security number. Thank you, Jesus. Because at least I have some form of ID, you know what I mean, to look up everything, you know, and try to see if I can find insurance policies or anything like that. And yeah, so we're going to hopefully make some phone calls too today. I need to call the hospice that he was staying in. I need to ask them some important questions too about like how they were getting paid and like what their arrangements were. You know, I don't know what the thing was with my dad. From my understanding, his medical insurance was supposed to cover almost everything in this place, so they should have been billing him anything monthly unless he had extra services maybe or something. I don't know. So that's another thing we need to discuss. And then from there, try to see what I can find out through the bank and stuff like that. But I can't really do anything with that until I get the death certificates sent to me in the mail. And when I spoke to the director today, the funeral director guy, he said, actually, he says, I'm submitting them today. He said, and we should have them in like a couple days. And I'm like, okay, that would be great. I said, because the sooner I get them, I said, the sooner I can get working on all this other stuff. And one thing he did do for me, and I didn't know if this was typical of funeral directors or whatever to do this, but they automatically report everything to Social Security Administration. So that's one step I don't have to worry about, but I do need to go over there still because I need to find out about his last benefit that has to get paid. Upon your death, Social Security offers, at least in the state of Missouri, $225 as like a final payment towards disability. It goes towards, like, I guess, your funeral costs or whatever. So I'd like to apply for that so that way I can get a little bit of a chunk over to the cremator, you know what I mean? Because right now I'm not working with any money at all for the cremation, so that's going to be, that's like an additional $1,200 that I got to put out. And also what sucks, my car insurance is got to get paid this month. Like, my policy that I purchased has started running out and I have to start it again. So it's always extra bills here, extra bills there. You know what I mean? It just drives me absolutely bonkers. Hey, what is up, Buttercups? It is Amy and Jared Love. Coming to you. What day is it today?
Friday.
It's a Friday. And we are actually sitting in Walgreens right at the moment. We are waiting to get our prescriptions to fill. Mine are ready, but I gotta wait for his. Yeah, for whatever reason, the insurance company is starting their crap with this pre-authorization crap again. We just did pre-authorization back in April. Now they want another one. I'm like, this is the same medicine he's been on for like 3 years. Why are they doing this? So, yeah, it's just been a thing. So, we're just sitting here, we're waiting. We got a few errands to run today. We do have a doctor's appointment and all that. Really didn't do too much vlogging. I haven't been doing too much. Just been kind of nutty over the last week or two, dealing with that stuff and everything else. And so we're just trying to play catch up at this point. Alright guys, yeah, we got cut off because I gotta go and grab my scripts. So, yeah, the last week has been really weird. I mean, I guess it's kind of to be expected with everything going on. Trying to track down bank accounts and see if there's insurance policies in place and all that crap. And I'll tell you, one thing though, I have to say, I guess this could be my silver lining, I guess, in a way. Out of the whole tragedy, it's kind of good that this kind of happened in a way, because it's kind of woken me up. You know, I'm not a young chicken anymore like I used to be. You know, I'm 47 now, and I mean, I have a laid plan in place. You know, God forbid something happens to me or whatever, you know, for my son, and but there's nothing concrete yet, like nothing in paperwork. Everything is kind of verbalized right now. So I think when the time comes, probably like when I start making a few more dollars here and there, when work starts picking up and I get the child care taken care of, I will be able to like go to a lawyer and have something officially drawn up. But like I basically need to put stuff aside for him. Not so much about money, yeah, but I mean, right now, like it would be more of a concern of custody than anything. You know, it hasn't been discussed for a while because it just hasn't come up, but now that DAD is not in the picture and the family is not in the picture or anything of the sorts, it's kind of going to fall on to my family, my Aunt Kim and my Emily and all that, and you know, it's going to be very strange talking to them about it and getting paperwork signed and stuff like that. Not that to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't think Emily actually would intend on having him living with her necessarily, but somebody's got to like manage money for him and sort things out. And with her being in a field that she's sort of familiar with, it would be more logical for her to deal with some of this. But I'm also going to put my hand on the paperwork, that way she can help Emily deal with whatever paperwork were to come up, you know. But I know it sounds a little morbid, but you know, like when things happen like this, it kind of gives you a wake-up call a little bit, you know, to say, hey, you know what, maybe you want to get your own affairs in order so you don't put the same problems out on you. There was just a lot that was not organized properly, and you know, he had people controlling things out there, like his pastor and all that, you know, when he was alive, and I think he just went with the assumption that they would take care of everything once he passed, and that was not the case. Whatever power of attorneys that these people had when he was alive are like now null and void now that he has passed. So now I have to go and kind of finish everything out. So yeah, it's just craziness. So yeah, we're doing that and trying to deal with our own stuff. We had a meeting this week in reference to Jared with his home health aid. We did start getting things rolling and everything. Now it's just waiting for the insurance to prove stuff and whatnot and kind of go from there. You know, hopefully something will pop up quick and they could be able to meet somebody and get an aid started. That way I can start working some steady hours. Would be nice. You know, I would like to be able to have like a job that I can work 30, 40 hours a week if I can do it, you know. So yeah, that's how that goes. And right today we got a few things lined up. Like we had a few errands we had to run. we did breakfast this morning. Mr. Man wanted his pancakes at McDee's. So he had pancakes and sausage and all that. And then we went to Walgreens, picked up the prescriptions, and now we are heading down in the direction of his doctor. He has a psychiatrist visit today. Got to talk to her about the whole medications and all that stuff, you know. We did that, and also I want to talk to her because I don't know how this is going to roll. I'm hoping this is not going to be the case because I really don't want to have to go. But there's a very strong possibility I may have to drive out to Missouri. So from where I live to Missouri, it's a good couple hours. It's like a 15 hour drive, but I was expecting actually to be almost double that. I thought it was going to be like a 30-hour drive to get out there, and then kind of like when I Googled it, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize it was that close. So with it being a 14-hour drive, I've been kind of researching, you know, how much it would be to rent a car and all this other stuff, and the only reason I even am thinking of going out there is there's like a few things that need to be taken care of that I don't think I'm going to be able to do over the phone. One thing being, my dad apparently still had his car. I didn't know he even still had his car. I thought he had already donated it to the church or something. That's not the case. I don't know what kind of condition the car is in. Honestly, if it's a decent running car, like if it goes from A to B and back to A again, I might even try to see if I can't get it for myself. Because the car that I have, it's okay for the moment, but we're still dealing with like the check engine lights coming on, and like she's older, you know, she's 2005, and she's getting up there, and she's good for local driving and all that stuff, whatever. But you know, eventually she's going to break down soon. I don't like to face that fact because I need my car here. The area I live in is not very great as far as public transportation and stuff, so it's, you know, it's one of those areas you need to have a car. So that's one thing. Another thing is that he owned his own house out there. It was actually like a trailer on a lot type of a deal. So with the trailer on the lot, I don't know how that's all plays out. I know there was a mortgage on it, or a remortgage, or whatever the case was. There's things that have to be discussed with that. The church at one point was handling it that he went to. The pastor was taking care of stuff like that. But now that he is passed, and like we have no will. I know there was a will drawn up. I just have no idea where it would be located. I don't know if my stepsisters out there have it, the pastor has it and is just not saying anything. I don't like to think that the worst of a pastor, but what is this guy doing? This dude just totally went through a red light. Good grief. Yeah, so I that's another thing that's up in here. When I spoke to the bank, his bank, the other day, like I really can't get much information out of them, obviously, because, you know, they don't know who I am. But the person I spoke to on the phone said once I get his death certificates in the mail and stuff like that, I can actually fax all that over to her. So if there's stuff that needs to be signed off on or taken care of or whatever the case is, hopefully I'll be able to find all that out. For all I know, I don't know if he had mortgage insurance. I don't know if, I know usually a lot of mortgages and refinancings and stuff like that always has like a mortgage insurance with it. So if that's the case, then the mortgages would not be valid. I shouldn't say not valid, but they would automatically be paid off through the insurance policy that would be for it. And that would leave a property standing, you know, that's not on the market and is just kind of sitting there in a shell. So I'm not sure, you know, what to make of that as far as, you know, see what's left of it and what, because I've never been there. So I've never even stepped a toe into Missouri, to be honest. So I'm not sure if the house is even worth saving at this point. I mean, from what I'm being told by the pastor and a few other people out there, that the house is kind of like falling apart and there's holes in the roof and whatever. So I think I might need to go out there if that's the case, you know, where the mortgage is already paid off. Somebody's going to have to deal with the property out there. I can't just like let it sit there dormant, you know what I mean? that just opens the door for squatters and everything else, you know. So, and I have no intentions of moving to Missouri, that's for sure. So, you know, I mean, it would be kind of cool, actually, if it was a decent house, I'd think about it, but, I mean, I'm complaining that this area is pretty rural. Good Lord, he lives, like, up on Walton's Mountain up there. So, like, his closest neighbor is, like, 4 blocks away or something like that. So, yeah, it's a very rural community he lives in. It's a gated community, so, yeah, we'll have to see how that all goes down. And I know he had a lot of furniture at one point, and then he gave a lot away, so I'm not sure if, you know, that's the case or not. I have no idea. If he's got furniture in there, he might have, you know, still memoirs in there, pictures, stuff from my mother, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, so that's what I've been dealing with, and I'm hoping to get all this crap taken care of and not have to travel out there. That would be the goal. So we're going to see where the rest of the day takes us. Most likely this will be all I'm going to vlog today, because we have a few other things we got to take care of, and I'm running out of camera space. So yeah, just wanted to update you guys, let you know I'm still alive and well, just trying to get everything taken care of. So do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, favorite, all that great stuff. Make sure you ring that bell so we'll get post notifications, all that. And I will catch y'all later.
Tonight, I bet that we could light up the sky.